Welcome to online English class. This is level 2, lesson number 6, which starts on April 27th. This is part 3, so this is video number 3 of lesson 6. In this video, we're going to work on unit 7, lesson F. You are probably watching this video between April 27th and May 11th. This video was filmed on April 24th. Is it the 24th this time? Yeah, it's right. Alright, we're going to finish lesson F. Lesson F is on page 94, but we're going to page 95. We're going to page 95. So on page 95, we're going to learn the words one, the other, and some, the others. So, we have one and the other, and then we have some and the others. These two are separate, okay? So, let's start with two. When we have two stores, we're comparing two stores. We use one and the other. So let's say there are two shoe stores. There are two shoe stores. One shoe store has men's shoes, and the other shoe store has women's shoes. We use one and the other when we're talking about two stores. Another way we can say this that's even shorter is there are two shoe stores. One has men's shoes. So we say there are two shoe stores. One has men's shoes, comma, and the other has women's shoes. So in this sentence, we replace the words one shoe store with just the word one, and here we replace the other shoe store with the words the other. So what we're doing here is we're comparing two shoe stores. We're telling you what's the difference. Well, one shoe store has women's shoes and one shoe store has men's shoes. One shoe store has men's shoes and one shoe store has women's shoes. We're using the words one and the other to show you that these stores are different. We're using the other. So, I have two markers. One marker is pink. The other marker is green. I can say this even shorter. I have two markers. One is pink. The other is green. So now let's talk about more. Let's talk about many. More than just two. For this, we're only talking about two things. For this, we're talking about many. So 3 or more. So, now there are many restaurants. There are many restaurants. Some restaurants have fast food, and the other restaurants have international food. Fast food. Fast food is like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, what else is fast food? Burger King. It's American food and it's fast. So like a burger or French fries is fast food. Here we have some restaurants. It's more than one. So 2, 3, 4. There's more than one. We say some restaurants have fast food. The other restaurants, again, there's more than one. The other restaurants. Here, when we're comparing this, we say the other because we're only talking about one here. But here we're talking about a lot. We're talking about the others. So some restaurants have fast food, the others have international food. We can write this even shorter. We can say some have fast food and the others have international food. Some have fast food and the others have international food. Okay, so on this table, I have two cards. One card and two cards. Two cards here. 1, 2. I have two cards. One card is green. The other card is pink. So we say I have two cards. One card is green. The other card is pink. We can say it again, like I have two cards. One is green. The other is pink. So here are the words. We can say I have two cards. One card is green. The other card is pink. Or we can say I have two cards. One is green. The other is pink. If I have a lot of cards, look at all these cards. Oh, so many colors. Okay. We can say I have a lot of cards. A lot of cards. Okay, I have a lot of cards. Some cards are green. The other cards are pink. Or I can say I have a lot of cards. Some are green. The others are pink. Okay, so let's look at this map or this directory. It's a list of stores in a mall or a big store. It's a list of stores. So let's look at the houseware stores. The houseware stores are stores that sell things for your house. So we have a store that sells kitchen things and a store that sells bed and bath things. So for your bedroom and your bathroom. So here we have two stores. We want to talk about this one and this one, the difference between this one and this one. So we're going to use the top one here. We're going to use one and the other. So we have two houseware stores. There are two houseware stores. One is for kitchens. The other is for bed and bath. One is for kitchen and the other is for bed and bath. We have clothing stores, stores where you can buy clothes. There are 4 stores. There's 2 women's and 2 men's. So we're going to use many. We're going to use some and the others. Clothing stores. There are 4 clothing stores. Some have women's clothes. The others have men's clothes. There are 4 clothing stores. Some have women's clothes. The others have men's clothes. There are electronics stores. Stores that sell electronics, sell technology. Some sell computers. The others sell wireless. Okay. The others sell wireless. The food court. There's a lot of restaurants in the food court. Some sell fast food. The others sell international food. Okay, so let's use some and the others with the rest of Unit 7. So let's do there are 3 stores. There are 3 stores. Now let's make a list of the types of stores. There are 3 stores. Let's say what types of store there are. So, there are 3 stores. There is a grocery store, comma, a hardware store, a hardware store is a store that sells tools. So we have a grocery store, a hardware store, and a clothing store. So there are 3 stores here. There is a grocery store, a hardware store, and a clothing store. Now let's compare the stores. We're going to compare 3 stores. When we compare 3, we write the blankest, or we say the most blank. When we're comparing 3 things, the adjective here, we say, if it has 1 syllable, we say the blankest. If it has more than 1 syllable, we say the most blank. So, the grocery store is the most crowded. What does this mean, the most crowded? The grocery store is the most crowded. This means the grocery store has the most people. A lot of people are going to the grocery store. The grocery store has the most customers. Now let's do hardware store and large. I want to say the hardware store and large here. So, when we're comparing 3 stores, 3 things, we write the largest or the most large. This is for words that have 1 sound, 1 syllable, and this is for words that have a lot of sounds. Large. How many syllables is in the word large? Large. Large has 1 syllable, so we say the largest. So, the hardware store is the largest. The hardware store is the largest. So, we have 3 stores. There is a grocery store, a hardware store, and a clothing store. The grocery store is the most crowded. The hardware store is the largest. Okay, so let's look at this schedule of classes. We have the class, the time, and the number of students. So the classes, we have English, math class, and cooking class. Let's look at the times. The English class is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. From 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., that's 8, 9, 10, 11, wait, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 4 hours. So English class is 4 hours long. From 8 to 12 is 4 hours long. The number of students is 26. There are 26 students in English class. In math class is from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's 5 hours, and there are 31 students. The cooking class is from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is 2 hours. And how many students are there? There are 12 students. So first, let's talk about the classes and what time of day they take place. So there are 3 classes. One class, 1 is in the morning. And so 1 class is in the morning, and we have 2 classes that are in the evening. We have 2 classes that are in the evening. Because we have 2 classes, there's more than 1, we say the others. The others are in the evening. There are 3 classes. One is in the morning, and the others are in the evening. That's how we use one and the others. One is in the morning. English is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. The others, math and cooking, are in the evening. One is in the morning. The others are in the evening. So, now let's compare the 3 classes. Early. We're comparing 3 classes, and we have the adjective early. Early ends with the letter Y. We change the letter Y to IEST when we compare 3 things. So early becomes the earliest. So when is the earliest class? English is the earliest class. English class is the earliest. Which class? Now let's do long. Long. How many syllables is in the word long? Long. Long has 1 syllable, so we say the longest. Which class is the longest? English class is 4 hours long, math class is 5 hours long, and cooking class is 2 hours long. Math class is the longest. Math class is the longest. Late. Late. So which class is late in the day? Late. When we compare 3 things, we write the latest. Because late has 1 syllable. Late. So we say the latest. Which class is the latest? English class starts at 8 and ends at 12 p.m. Math class starts at 1 p.m. and finishes at 6 p.m. Cooking class starts at 7 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. This class is the latest. So we say cooking class is the latest. Okay, so with these 3 classes, I want you to write the adjectives for crowded, hard, easy, and expensive. Which class is the most? So let's start with crowded. When we're comparing 3 things, how do we say crowded for 3 things? Well, crowded, how many syllables is in crowded? Crowded. 2 syllables. Crowded. Crowded. Because it has 2 syllables, we say the most crowded. So which class is the most crowded? Which class has the most people? Math class has 31 students. This has the most people. So we say math class is the most crowded. Math class is the most crowded because it has 31 students. Hard. Okay? How do we write hard when we're talking about three things? Hard has one syllable. Hard. So we say the hardest. Which class is the hardest? This one is your opinion. This is what you think. So, blank class. So maybe English class, maybe math class, maybe cooking class is the hardest. Easy. How do we write easy for three things? Easy ends with the letter Y. So when a word ends with the letter Y, we change the Y for IEST. We say the easiest. Which class is the easiest? This one is also your opinion. It's what you think. So blank class is the easiest. Which class is the hardest? Which class is the easiest? And expensive. How do we say expensive for three things? Expensive. Expensive has a lot of syllables. Expensive. So expensive. That's three syllables. So for a word with three syllables, we say the most expensive. The most expensive. Which class is the most expensive? English, math, or cooking? I think cooking is the most expensive class because you have to pay for the food. So I'm going to say cooking class is the most expensive. Cooking class is the most expensive. Okay, tell me what you think. Which class is the hardest? Blank class is the hardest. Which class is the hardest for you? English, math, or cooking? Which class is the easiest? English class is the easiest, math class is the easiest, or cooking class is the easiest? Which class is the most expensive? Is English class the most expensive, math class the most expensive, or cooking class the most expensive? Thanks for watching.